Well, Hurricane Hillary hit the West Coast this weekend, and I'm going to share a couple small video clips that tell the story of my harrowing survival. Check it out.
Something else. Anna, you've covered a lot of hurricanes in your career. Is San Diego getting ready like other places when it comes to hurricanes?
Carlene, you've covered a lot of hurricanes. You might be surprised at what I saw today. No, people are not getting ready. The Hotel Del behind me, none of the windows are boarded up. And you know, that is something that typically people do that are getting ready to have a hurricane or tropical storm head their way. I did speak with the mayor of Coronado tonight. He says that the city went ahead and cleared out the storm drains to be ready for all the extra water, and they gave out all the sandbags that they have. But for the average citizen that I spoke with tonight, they act like nothing is about to happen.
14 miles per hour, and forecasters say it will weaken again as it tracks parallel with the Baja Peninsula.
Hurricanes and car washes go together like peanut butter and jelly.
It's a fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not real, right?
Now, all humor aside, prayers to anyone who is really affected, but I'm from the Midwest, and personally, I need about 3 feet of snow to even consider going out to the store and getting some more milk and bread. All I got this weekend was some rain, and it seems like mostly it's past where I'm at. Let me know if you guys are in California and if you got hit any harder, what your experience was. Tell me in the comment section. Okay, we've got an interesting week setting up this week. I'm going to go over some top trades, the outcome of some predictions last week. Right now, Apple and Tesla are up quite nicely. Apple backtesting that $176 level target that I gave you guys, but Tesla's the big winner of the day. After it pulled back to the target level I gave you guys of around 211, I doubled my position at 212, and I'm up 254% on my call options. And I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I'm going to do with that and what I think is going to happen with Tesla throughout the rest of this week. These are just my speculations and predictions. They're purely for education and entertainment purposes. It's not a suggestion for you guys to buy, sell, or hold. This is going to be an interesting week in the markets. We're moving towards Fed Powell's talk at Jackson Hole this Friday, which is also going to cause the markets to move one way or the other. I'm expecting a hawkish Fed, and so I'm right now going into this week with an air of caution, and I think that's very justified. But we did see a significant pullback on a lot of our favorite stocks. The whole Magnificent Seven went into correction mode, and stocks like Tesla had crashed, and so there was opportunity going into Friday, and we're going to watch them going into the rest of this week. And Wednesday, we know that NVIDIA reports, and it's going to be another money-making opportunity. I have a prediction for you guys on that. I'm going to cover NVIDIA tomorrow. I want to go over a couple other calls I made over on Stock Up with Larry Jones's page. On Saturday, I broke down the technicals for Hawaiian Electric and exactly what I was going to be doing there. I'm looking or hoping for a back test of around $15 on the high range to go back into puts, pushing it down to single digits. That's how I'm playing it, but I cover it in detail and explain it in detail on the show that I did with Larry Jones this last Saturday. Go over to his page and check that out. And on my Sunday video, I covered Zoom, ZM, ticker ZM. They're reporting after market close today, and I felt that the opportunity was more to the upside than to the downside. I break it down that there's risk of a $5 or $10 drop, but there's the opportunity for a $35 potential move up in the coming days. But I want to break it down of exactly how I'm playing it. Now go and watch that play if you're interested in playing Zoom at all. I'm not going into earnings in any position. I don't have calls or puts on Zoom, but I'm going to be watching how the earnings play out because there's opportunity both ways. If they have a 10th straight quarter in which revenues shrink, I think this thing is going to go down to 60, down to 55, and maybe even down to $50. I'll enter into puts if it closes below $64. But if they give us a surprise or give us an AI narrative that the market is impressed with, then I think that the upside potential is going to be quickly to $70, and then it's going to move into a range between $70 and $100. 100. I will play it either way depending on what happens with these upcoming earnings, so keep your eye on Zoom. All right, this is the Stocks with Josh show. I just want to thank everyone who hit the like button up front before even watching the video. Thank you guys for doing that. If you're new to this page and you need to get some insight on swing trades, long-term investments, stock and crypto, then you hit the subscribe button, because I make stock and prediction videos and I let you guys know what trades I'm getting into and how they turned out every single day on this channel. A couple things though I want to bring to your guys' attention before we get into the main body of this show is I'm getting tons of scammers. A lot more scammers on the moomoo chat here on the YouTube chat. I've got scammers on Facebook and Instagram, and they seem to be working overtime. In the comment section, somebody's been using my name and my picture. All they do is go Stocks with Josh and put a period at the end. They use my picture and they pretend to be me, and they're answering questions for me. Be very careful if you're looking at those responses. I think they're trying to get you to engage so that they can then turn around and maybe ask you to hit them up in the DM. Always they're looking for you to send them money. I will never ask you to send me money anywhere ever. Then I've gotten some comments about some of the predictions that I've made on this page, and I feel it's important that I break down how to get into or out of an area of support or resistance. So here's what you want to keep your eye on. When I'm giving these predictions, I try to tell you guys which chart I'm using, whether it's a daily chart, a weekly chart, a monthly chart, or an hourly chart. But the supports that I give you on the daily chart, they have to be confirmed on the daily chart. So if I say that Tesla is going down to 225 or 211, what you need to see happen is for it to hit that level, for that level to hold, and for the market to close above that level, for that level to be confirmed. If it comes down and it touches that level and breaks right through it on the daily candlestick chart, it's not a confirmed level of support, and so you do not want to enter. When Tesla came down to 225 last week on Thursday, I did not enter. I watched it. I ended up taking a small position around 222, but I had warned in my Wednesday video that if 225 did not hold, that it would possibly go down to 211. We saw that on Friday. And I also shared in my Wednesday video that I was trading the percentage point on Tesla, and we came very close to a 30% pullback. And between the two, the fact that we got to 212 and the fact that it was a near 30% pullback, I doubled my position on Tesla. And as I said at the open, I'm up 250% on those call options. I'm going to break that trade down a bit more on exactly what I'm doing today and tomorrow with my Tesla trade here in just a minute. But let me just quickly go into a couple heat maps so we can get a broader view of the market. We see that the market is dealing with a lot of red and some speckles of green, and a couple of the Magnificent Seven that were hit the hardest are actually moving up with some force today. We see that Tesla and Nvidia have both gone up over 6% today, so they're really on the move. And if we go over to the crypto heat map, Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptos are all in red, but I'm going to be covering this soon. I am not in panic mode. I think that all that happened with Bitcoin is it pulled back to support. That is all that's happened. It has not broken down. And this week is going to tell us a lot as to where we go. If we, and I'll just give you a sneak peek of that upcoming video, if we hold this level and we don't go lower from where we've currently gone, and we close this week about $500 or $1,000 higher, then we know that we're going to continue to go off to the races. If this week closes at the level that we're at now, then it means that over the next couple of weeks, we should see some lower prices. I'm going to break that down in an upcoming video, but right now, there is no major bearish narrative on Bitcoin. We're still in phase one of the Bitcoin bull run, and so this is still an accumulation moment. And one of the main reasons why I want to get into Bitcoin is I want to recap on the miners, because the miners have all come back to the price targets that I gave you guys. So the bottom line on that is if Bitcoin holds this week and closes this week and doesn't go down and make a newer low over the course of this week, then it means that going into Friday, all of the miners should potentially be buys. But we'll cover that real soon. I'm going to break down my 250% profit Tesla trade here in just a minute, but let me take a quick station break for the moomoo investment app. Moomoo is an app that allows you to trade commission-free. It's good in Australia, the US, and coming to Canada. Right now, if you're in Canada, you can click on the link in the top pinned comment and you can pre-register to get the app. But if you're in the United States, you can go right now and get free stock and free cash by opening and funding an account. You can get up to 16 free stock and a $50 cash bonus. Each free stock can potentially be worth over $1,000. It's kind of like a stock lottery. But the number one reason why I use moomoo is because I host a chat group on the app called Stock Josh Fam, and I love their tools. I love their news. I get on moomoo each and every day to communicate with the Stock Josh Fam, as well as to get all the news, the stock screener. It's got the 8 conditional order types and a wonderful earnings calendar. It's the number one way that I check out who's reporting next and to get a follow-up, concise overview of the earnings that gets reported. So check out that link in the top pinned comment. Get your free stock, get your cash, come find our community. All right, I want to briefly get into Tesla and some of the news stories that are surrounding them right now. Check out this video real quick before we go into that.
You can see 2 trailers full. It's about to happen, man. Cybertruck set for delivery.
So we see that the Cybertruck is getting distributed. That's one of the events that's on the positive side of the bullish story of Tesla going into the latter half of 2023. Headline, Tesla's stock jumps 5% after Baird highlights Cybertruck and other catalysts for the year. So let me read this to you guys exactly what he thinks the main bearish or bullish cases for Tesla. Baird's Kalo said price cuts and their impact on margins will drive the narrative for the electric vehicle maker in the second half. Potential upcoming catalysts for the stock include Cybertruck launch, a wider scale adoption of full self-driving Tesla's suite of advanced driver assistance systems to navigate city streets, continued growth in the energy business, expanding into new markets, and a possible AI day. Among others, the analyst wrote a note to clients about Tesla and other companies. So basically a quick overview of what he just said. Tesla price cuts are bad. Cybertruck launch is good. All right, but let's get into the specifics of the technical. Basically, Tesla's dropped $87 per share from its recent all-time high, bringing it down 29% in just the last 30 days. Now, at the beginning of last week and Monday, I targeted the $237 price as being an area of support when Tesla was around $264. But when we got to $237, I told everybody, I said, guys, it's not holding. It's not worth getting into. And then on Wednesday, I said, guys, I think this thing is potentially going to move down to $225, telling everybody that it was a patience game and that we still were not ready to get into Tesla. But the $225 became appealing because at that point, we were already down around 25%. But then Thursday I came out and said, you know what, let's be patient. 225 is still on the horizon, but if we get down to it and we flash through it, then 211 becomes our support. Now, then on Friday, we hit $212.36, and that's where I loaded up and tripled my position. And as I said at the open, it turned out to be a huge payday today, giving me a 250% profit on my overall position. If I had not purchased on Friday, I would be up a mere 10 to 20% today. And so we know that there's a ton of money to be made in Tesla, but playing it strategically is the key. I want to take a step back. I want to look at the bearish and the bullish case on Tesla. One thing that we need to keep an eye on Tesla is that even though we ran up right beneath $300, we actually did not make a new local higher high, which is a big problem. Because if we didn't make a new local higher high, it means it's extremely possible that we will make a new local lower low. That's what we have to concern ourselves with today. Now, the other thing that I want to point out to you guys is even though we came down to around $212, we actually did not hit the ascending line or the ascending channel that we've been in. And I think that a touch of that ascending line seems to be around the $206 mark. Now, what we have done is we've pushed up and we have a local descending resistance line that looks to me like a barrier right around $230. And so this is exactly what I'm going to do with this play. So I'm going to be taking profits on my call options right beneath that $230 resistance. And in the best case scenario for me, I would see a pullback going into this troubling week with the Jackson Hole conversation. I would see a pullback to the $206 level where I would load up again and try to make another 200, 300% on a move up. I believe we're at the bottom of the range, but let me just caution you guys because there's two ways that this can go. If we were to get a close, a definitive close on the daily candlestick chart above $230, then I think it's a confirmed move for a push up to 248 bucks. I'm going to wait to see that close above 230 and hold the following morning, and then I'm going to load up call options for a push up to 248. The bottom line is that we've got a big war between the bulls and the bears. The bears who pile up and get too bearish and load up on the short positions, they're going to get a short squeeze, and that's the type of power that's going to push it up to 250 very, very easily. And from a technical point of view, I showed you guys the RSI. When we came back to that 212, we definitely went into the oversold territory. And so even if we were to push up above 230, we have a technical confirmation that we're working off of an oversold continuation on the RSI. But that's going to be the deciding line, 230. So keep that one on your radar. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And don't forget what I said about getting in or out of a position. I'm not telling you that if it touches 206, that it's an automatic buy, and I'm not telling you if it touches 230, it's an automatic sell. You have to see how the price action respects those supports and resistance on the daily candlestick chart. That's pretty much the body of my video, guys. I want you guys to let me know if this is helping you or making sense in the comment section. Ask me questions. I got into a long dialogue with somebody that had a hard time understanding these calls in the comment section. Really had compassion on him, because I understand the reason why he was frustrated is because he doesn't know how to trade and make profits from these calls. And so I took quite a bit of time going back and forth with him, trying to explain to him how to approach it, because that's what I want. I want you guys to receive the education. It's not that I want you to follow me, because you know what? You may not be in a position to do what I do. If you hadn't left money to double or triple your position when it came down further, you would not have been in the position to profit on the move back up. And so there's a lot that goes into these trades, and I hope that what I'm sharing with you on my personal journey can be of help. So tonight we're going to be watching the Zoom call outcome. I'll try to get over on the moomoo chat again today. Tomorrow I'm interested in the Toll Brothers, who are reporting. Toll Brothers, they're home builders. They build higher end homes, and this is a stock that Warren Buffett has loaded up on, and it's been moving up because there's a strong belief that there's going to be a need and a shortage for homes going into the remainder of 2023. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to touch base on NVIDIA before Wednesday's earnings, and I'm going to give you guys my exact game plan for that. If you guys want to hear what I'm going to be doing with NVIDIA, then you got to hit the subscribe button, hit the YouTube all notification bell as well, and make sure you check out that video. If you liked it, then hit the like. If you already hit the like, then just throw a heart in the comment and say hi. Guys, I hope you're having a great and successful day. Peace and blessings. We'll see you in the next video.